Good afternoon, class. Myself Abhishek Parmar, and today in this video I am going to tell you that how to prepare medieval Indian history for the civil services examination, where questions are asked in the GS paper 1 in the mains exam as well as in the prelims. So to begin with, I would like to tell you just one thing, one word for UPSC civil service examination, that it is unpredictable. Nobody can predict about the type of questions or the nature of questions or how many questions will be asked from this part. So for that matter, you have to cover the syllabus, and I request you to please cover the syllabus. Of course, you can prioritize, you can prepare in a better strategy, that is obviously true, depending upon that which are all important areas, which are a bit lesser important areas. And important areas means that if you see the previous year papers, you will get to know that how many questions are asked in this particular theme. So depending upon the number of questions and the frequency of their being asked by the UPSC, we will prioritize the things for the medieval Indian history also. Now, what I have analyzed, that in case of medieval Indian history, the major themes, the important topics for the medieval Indian history, which are those topics? I am going to list it out. So the first important topic is Bhakti and Sufi movement. Secondly, art and architecture. You know, the medieval Indian history, roughly we say, is the period of history from 1206 to 1707. So 1206 to 1707, this is also further subdivided into the Delhi Sultanate part and the Mughals. And you know, the advent of the Turks marks the beginning of the medieval Indian history. So they had come from outside, they had come from foreign land. So when they came to India, they had also brought with them new techniques in building activities. And their style of building had led to the introduction of arch and dome. So in this art and architecture, you have to study about the important buildings and the way they used to build the buildings. Third is music. So here in the music part, it can be divided into two categories. One is Hindustani classical music, another is Carnatic classical music. Carnatic is indigenous, which had already existed in India. Hindustani had foreign influence also. Foreign means the same, the advent of the Turks and the Mughals leading to the, you can say, change in the mode of music or the way of music. So in this Hindustani classical music, you will find different forms also, like one is Dhrupad. There had been questions on Dhrupad also, like Thumri, Khayal, Tarana. These are the important forms. So basically, you should have some basic information about the various forms of the Hindustani classical music. Then the painting. Painting. In this painting, Mughal era led to the advent, or you can say led to the importance of painting also. So in this painting, you have to study about the Mughal paintings, and there are certain rulers who were great painters, like example, Jahangir, famous for portrait painting, Jahangir. Another form which developed in this period, Rajasthani school of painting. Rajasthani further divided into, say, Kishangarh school, Bundi school. So these are the various, you can say, forms of Rajasthani school of painting. So in this painting you have to study these things. And the fifth part, fifth theme, is land, revenue and economic life under the Mughals. Means here what all rulers had done for increasing the crop production, the different terms and terminologies used for taxation. What was the principal source of revenue? So these things you have to study in this land revenue. Now these are the five major themes which I have analyzed going by the previous year exam, and you have to study, you have to prepare on these five themes. You cannot neglect, you cannot leave. Certain other things in medieval India, if you don't have much time, you can skip. And it is also not like that you will be taking the book and reading these five themes and you will be able to understand. No, it is not going to be possible. So for understanding any of the themes of the medieval Indian history, you have to have a basic, brief outline, brief understanding of the entire medieval history, that is somewhere around 2006 to 1707. So for that matter, that is if you want to have a understanding of the entire medieval history, you must be ready to read minimum 2 times the entire NCERT, the 11th class NCERT. Now I will be writing the sources also. So for this part, sources, number 1, old NCERT, 11th standard, old NCERT, and this NCERT is written by Satish Chandra. So this NCERT you have to read. Another is NEXT IAS study material. Next IAS. Now, all of you know, when you prepare for this exam, many of the students whom I have earlier taught, always they have always one question, strategy. So if I am suggesting like you have to study the entire NCERT, then strategy means here what? That you have to have a understanding of the entire medieval Indian history. By reading once or twice, you will develop an idea. And then the important areas you have to read multiple times. So for that matter, I will tell you here the important chapters also which you cannot afford to miss from this book. And here total 6 chapters you have to read multiple times, 5-6 times. And these among these 6 chapters, they are chapter number 3rd, 8, 9, 11, 16 and 17. These are the important chapters. You have to read these 6 chapters. And in order to give you a much better clarity for the mains. You see, in the mains 2013, there was a question which can be answered by reading chapter 3rd. It was about the Chola architecture. 2014, there was a question on Sufi movement. 2015, no question. 2016, there was a question on Krishna Dev Rai of the Vijayanagar. 2017, no question. 2018, again a question on Bhakti movement. And this last year, 2019, no question. So on and off, there is one question in the mains exam. This is about the mains exam. In prelims, nothing can be surely said, that where they will be asking, where they will not be asking. And in prelims, the thing is that it is, I say that it is dicey. The reason being why I usually say the prelim is dicey, because last year, they had asked 4 or 5 questions in the, you can say, prelims. So suppose somebody had totally skipped medieval Indian history, and when he is appearing in the medieval history in the exam, all of a sudden he got 5 questions from the medieval history, then it will be difficult for him to crack that year exam. So that's the reason I request to all of you that 2 times reading is mandatory for each and everyone. And after that, if somebody is strategizing his preparation, that he want to score maximum by reading a bit lesser area, less number of chapters, then this is the strategy that you have to read those major dominant themes, and these are the important chapters. So accordingly, depending upon the availability of the time, depending upon whether you are appearing into 2021 or 2022, you can strategize your preparation for this part of history with this video. So it was just a way to express, to tell you that how can you build your strategy for the medieval Indian history. And I hope you might be getting benefited from this video. And that's all. So thank you class, and all the best for the exam. Thank you.